basically before it we had conversation on S3 again, and some of the part we have covered so far. If I repeat, we have discussed about S3. So S3 is a simple storage service. S3 is a simple storage service. 3S is coming, that's why the name is S3. And it is a service. By using this service, you will be creating bucket. In bucket is nothing but it is a kind of, folder. Bucket is nothing but it is a folder, or you can say where you can upload your data, where you can upload your object. So by using S3 you can create multiple buckets, right? You can create multiple buckets. In free tier account you will be able to create 100 buckets, right? And when we talk about the buckets, we can create the bucket. Inside the bucket you can create multiple folder also. You can create multiple folder also, and in different folder you can keep different object, and the maximum object size is 5 TB. And as you can see, storage is virtually unlimited. Virtually unlimited means the bucket is here, and virtually you will be increasing the data size in your bucket. Durability we have seen yesterday. We have gone through one calculation where we had calculated like the loss number of object loss per year. We had 1 minus this percent in probability 0.9911 nines multiply by the number of objects which you are uploading. So it will give you like some year, like 1 million or somewhat around that. Within that period, within that year, you are going to lose one object. Like that we have done the calculation. We have seen the granular access means it will give you the least privilege. It will just give you different access per bucket and object both. Now guys, further we have seen these S3 features also. You can virtually store as many as object you need, and your data will be by default private. If you want to make it public, you can do that. There is an option. You can encrypt the data also. There will be multiple types of encryption. Your data will be stored redundantly, means it will replicate by default in 3 availability zone. And your data will be ambiguity. You can able to download the data from anywhere, anytime through the internet. And bucket name should be unique. Whatever the bucket standard that we do have, like unique in all the existing buckets. Now the next feature, or you can say the next thing which we are going to learn under S3 is we can say class of S3. Class of S3. Class of S3, you can say it can be the flavor of your object, you can say, in which flavor of class you are keeping, right? Let's say S3 is offering you multiple class to store the data. Now when we talk about multiple class, so it's all about, let's suppose this is your bucket. In this bucket you started to upload your data. This is your data. This data you want to upload into the bucket. Now simply you will upload the data. So while uploading the data, it will ask, while uploading the data or object, it will ask whether in which class you want to keep the data. So now the first class will be coming as a standard S3. Standard S3 means frequently accessed data. Means if you upload the data into the bucket, you are uploading for the purpose of frequently accessing it. So as you can see, the first one is Amazon S3. standard. Amazon S3 standard is designed to provide you high durability, high availability, high performance object for frequently accessed data. If you do have frequently accessed data, then you will be using the Amazon S3 standard. And by default here it will replicate the data in 3 availability zone. You can use for cloud application, dynamic websites, and content distributions, mobile and gaming application, big data analytics. For that case, for that reason, you will be keeping your data into the S3 standard. And after that, the second one is S3 standard in infrequent access. Infrequent access means less frequently you are going to access the data. Less frequently you are going to access the data, and that will also provide you the high durability, high throughput, low latency of S3 standard. But here the purpose will be the purpose of your uploading will be infrequent access. You are not going to access frequently. So how will you compare, or how will you remember these names? It means that, let's say, if it is frequently access data, or you can say standard class of S3, standard class of S3, standard class, first one. This is second one, infrequent access, infrequent accessed S3. This is the second type. So let's say we are making a graph. Here we are keeping access. Here again I am keeping access on x-axis. On y-axis I am keeping pricing, or price. So here you are using for frequent access. Frequent, it means that you will be accessing very fast, right? Here you will be accessing sometime once in a month or once in 3 months, like that. So here if you are accessing frequently, so the price will be somewhat here. So your price will be gradually increasing, and this type of line will build up. So here let's say it is $1, $2, $3. So your pricing will be coming somewhat around $3 if you are accessing this much. But here infrequent access, so here in infrequent access prices will be low. It means that if you are accessing once in a month, so prices will be here $0.5. So it will be reaching here, or somewhat more, means 3 months or 4 months, so price will be here. So let's say $1 will be coming here. So in infrequent access, prices will be low as compared to S3 standard one, which is frequently accessed, right? Further, there is one more type of class that we used to call Amazon S3 intelligent tiering. See, when it is coming intelligent tiering, guys, so what is the meaning of intelligent here? Intelligent meaning is, it is all about artificial intelligence, guys. Let's say this is your bucket. You are uploading your object into this bucket. Now you are selecting this intelligence class, and now your access pattern, what is the access pattern you are following? Whether you are daily accessing it, or frequently you are accessing, or you are not accessing frequently, you are accessing once in a year, or even you are not accessing. So there are all other classes. So what it will keep, it will just try to keep your object based on the different classes, based on the access pattern in different classes. Intelligent tiering will keep your object as per the object access pattern in different classes. If you are uploading your data into intelligent and you are accessing, your access pattern is frequently you are accessing, so of course it will keep into the frequently accessed data, that is standard S3 standard data. S3 standard, Amazon S3 standard, and then S3 intelligent tiering, and then we do have Amazon S3 infrequent access, Amazon S3 one zone infrequent access. Now the next one is Amazon S3 one zone infrequent access. So guys, when we talk about one zone infrequent access, one zone infrequent access, so how it will try to cut the cost? First of all, you are accessing infrequent you are accessing, so your price will be low from the frequent access. From the standard one, your price will be low from the standard one. That is the first cut price. And second price cutting part will be coming from one zone. Generally, once you upload the data, it will redirect or it will replicate in 3 availability zone, but here we are selecting only one zone. Manually you are selecting only one zone. So rather than keeping your data in 3 availability zone, you are keeping in one zone, so the price will also cut here once you will be using one zone. So it will be again a class where you are going to reduce your prices once you are using Amazon S3 one zone infrequent access. The last one is Amazon Simple Storage Service Glacier. Glacier, we are using Glacier and Deep Archive, guys. Both these two and one more will come in the Glacier. So in Glacier we are using Glacier for archiving the data. So archiving means, let's say the zip size, it will charge based on the zip size of your data. Now once you will archive the data, generally immediately you are not going to access. You will access maybe once or twice in a year. So it will be more into the retrieval, guys. It will be more into the retrieval. Retrieval means if you retrieve the data from S3, here you will be getting more charge. Here you will be getting more charge into retrieval, and your upload will be free. Upload, if any data which you are bringing up into S3, it is free, but if any data you are bringing out from S3, it will be chargeable. So if you retrieve, here you will be getting much more retrieve charge, but in the standard one you will not get any retrieve charge. Here you will not get any retrieve charge. Here you will get more excess charge. Here you will get less excess charge, less because you are not accessing. Generally you will retain your data set in 7 to 10 years, and it is the lowest cost storage for S3. But once you are going to access once in a year, twice in a year, as per your regulatory standard or your need, right? So these all are the basic things, guys. I'll explain one more time so that you will be having much more clarity on it. While doing the lab, I'll explain the same thing again. So the next thing is how you are going to access the S3 and how you can upload the data. So the first way is to access S3 by using AWS Management Console. Second one, you can access AWS S3 by using CLI. Third one, you can access by AWS SDK, Software Development Kit. And next one, you can access it by REST Endpoint API. So overall, there are 4 methods. By using this, you will be able to access your S3. So simply we can create by using this Amazon Management Console or Amazon S3, sorry, Amazon AWS CLI or AWS SDK. And generally we are using these two to create S3, and these two you will be using to access data from S3, right? Let's say SDK means Software Development Kit. So if you have deployed any software, now that software needs some data, so that data can be accessed by the S3 for that software and for that endpoint also. All right, so let's move to the next now. Now once you upload the data, guys, once you upload the data in S3, first of all you will create the S3 bucket. Once you will create the bucket, how the name of bucket will look like, So first in the bucket name, the HTTPS will come, and after that the reason code will come. Reason code will come, and after that Amazon AWS.com, and here your bucket name will come. This bucket details will come once you will create. Bucket details will come once you will create, and you will get the single URL for each object, as you all know. So here after bucket name you will be having slash, and after that the object name here you will be using a key to differentiate the object. Means whenever we are uploading the object, it will ask us key and value. So you can use key to identify one object, right? You will be using key to identify one object. Key and value you can say. So data will be redundantly stored in a region. So let's suppose this is your bucket, you upload the data called hello world.mp4. so by default data will be uploaded, 3 copy of the data will be uploaded in different 3 availability zones, right? And not only guys, not only in region, not only in availability zone, you can do in different region also, but that will be more chargeable if you will be doing in inter region. So it is designed for seamless scaling also. So as you can see, initially one file was there, and after that 2 3 4 5 6 7, gradually it is increasing, right? As the size of your object or as the size of your bucket will increase, accordingly it will charge. Common use case for S3: you can use S3 for storing application assets, static web hosting, backup and disaster. You can use for backup and disaster purpose. Big data, for big data purpose you can use. For data lake you can use. As you can see here, CCTV videos, whatever it is coming, we can use. Your application is generating some data that you can store in S3 bucket. EC2 instance which you are using here, that data you can upload here, and your computer data also you can upload. Any type of data you will be able to upload. Multiple purposes are there. Now we will be talking about the pricing, AWS S3 pricing. So it is also based on pay for only what you use. How much you are using, that much you have to pay. You have to pay GB per month. GB per month. Let's say you are using 5 GB, so how much cost will come? 1 GB per month is coming, let's say $0.2. So for 5 GB per month it will be coming $1. Transfer out to other region, it will be charging. Like let's say you are uploading the data here, it won't charge, but from one region to another region, if you transfer the data, transfer out to other region, then it is chargeable. It is chargeable for your put request, copy request, post request, list request, and get request. Basically this request can be mostly done by your applications through API. Your application will list the object, your application will put the object, application will get the object. For these operations or requests, it will be chargeable. Moving further, you need not to pay if you transfer the data into S3. Transfer out from S3 to CloudFront or Amazon EC2 in the same region, it is not chargeable. Not chargeable guys. If you transfer the data in the same region within Amazon EC2 or CloudFront, then it will be not chargeable. CloudFront is to accelerate your data delivery CDN service. So if you use CDN along with the S3, so if you transfer the data S3 to CloudFront, it won't charge, but CloudFront is chargeable. S3 cost estimation. S3 will cost based on the storage class which you select, amount of storage how much you are taking, and request which you are making, get, put, copy, and data transfer from one region to another region or out of the AWS, it will be chargeable, right? That is the consideration of chargeability. Done, guys. This document is over now. We will be doing the S3 lab now. All right. Perfect. So here is the screen, and the S3 service is the part of storage. So we will click here, 3 bar. We can go to all services, and we can move to storage, and S3 is the service. Or else you can just type S3 here and you will be able to search the S3. We will just click on S3. Right? You all are here, guys. S3.
Sir, can you please repeat it again?
Just you can search here in the search bar, you can type S3 and just enter. It will bring you here only, right? Or else you can click on this and you can go to storage, the last service categories, and you can click on S3. It will also redirect to the same page. Or you do have this 3 bar, 3 line. You can just not now. Once we were on the home, let's say I'll go back to the home, and now if I click on this 3 bar, we go to all of services, and here we will click on S3 on the storage. All right, so you will be coming on this page, and as you can see, it is saying Amazon S3 store and retrieve any amount of data from anywhere. Any amount of data from anywhere it can store. So scalable, available, highly available, secured, and best data storage platform which gives you unlimited storage, guys. Unlimited storage. So as I've told you, by using Amazon S3 service, we will be creating the bucket. So we will click here to create bucket. So now there are two types of bucket is coming, general purpose and directory. Before it is asking what is the general configuration, means which region you are selecting. So from top corner here, wherever you will select, it will come. But please remember, we do not have permission except this US West 2 region in this lab. So by default, if it is coming United States, Oregon, so let it be as it is, because we do have permission in the same. We do not have permission in other region. That is first thing. And whatever region you will be in, the same region it will be selecting here. Let's come to the bucket type. There are two bucket type. We do have general purpose bucket type and directory bucket type. So let's suppose, guys, why we are looking for directory, why you are looking for general purpose. General purpose, basically it is the S3 bucket which we are getting from last so many years, and this directory one has added in 2024 only, even in ending last 2024. So initially it was general purpose only, now it is coming directory. Directory means, let's say if you will create a directory, so from there you will be able to access the data which you are uploading into the S3. So it is recommended for low latency use case. Let's say if you need to access the data very fast, so it will be having few class only. The bucket you will be using only into the S3 Express 1 zone. S3 Express one zone class which we have seen. In that you will be getting some dedicated network which will help you to increase the data delivery faster, that you will be getting, and data will be available within a single availability zone. So for that, for one uh, class they have added this directory, one and unique class they brought, one zone, S3 Express one zone. For that they brought the directory. Here you will be having all the mixed class of S3. But here if you will select general purpose, here you will not get S3 Express one zone storage class. I'll summarize. S3 means we are talking about directory, guys. We are talking about directory. If you will select directory, you will be having the access of one class of storage, and in that class of storage you will be having the access of one zone only, means you upload the data, it will go in one zone, and in that zone you will be getting S3 Express. Express means a fast network, dedicated networks support you will be getting there. That is the purpose of keeping this directory, rather than all the classes will come into the general purpose, right? Then here you can give the name. Let's say I'll give my AWS dot new bucket 128, right? Like that I have given a name, my AWS new bucket s3. Now you need to understand the rules of naming also, guys. Rules of naming. What all are the rules that it does follow for name? So you can see bucket name must be in between of 3 means 3 character minimum and 63 character maximum. This you must have to remember. And bucket name can consist only lower letter case, no upper, means you cannot write capital letters, any capital letter. You can use number here, you can use dot here, you can use hyphens here. Bucket name must begin and end with the letter or number. Bucket name must not contain two adjacent period, means double dot you cannot keep continuously. Bucket name must not be in IP format also. Bucket name must not start with the prefix like this and not start with this prefix S3 like this, XN S3 configurator, Amazon S3 Domo, S3 Alias. This should not be there, right? I hope you understand. And it should be unique. It should be unique. So I have written my AWS.new bucket 128. You can write your name also here in the small letter. It will come. Guys, let's suppose you do have already you have created a bucket and you have applied few settings to that bucket. Now the same setting you want to apply to this bucket. So here it is giving copy setting from existing bucket. If you do have existing bucket, so you can just copy entire setting of that bucket to this bucket. But now we don't have, so we'll leave it as it is. The next option is coming object ownership, which is really important. So object ownership means the object which you are uploading into the S3 bucket, who is the owner of that object and who will be controlling that object. That's why it is telling it's all about the control of ownership of the objects that is written to the bucket from other AWS account and the use of ACLs. So that's so simple to understand. If who can own the bucket, or sorry, who can own the object in the bucket. So here you can see if you disable the access control list. Access control list is the rule to allow or deny the traffic. Guys, you have gone through network security group. NSG, and I have told you if you create a machine, so virtual machine, so here we are keeping network security group, which will filter incoming traffic, which will filter incoming traffic, and which will filter outgoing traffic both. So this network security group is made up of some rules. That rules will allow the traffic or block the traffic. So block option is not there. By default everything will be blocked. That's why block option is not. But in ACL both option will be there. Allow and deny, both option will be there. So you can select any protocol, RDP, SSH or HTTP. You can select any protocol and you can allow or deny. So that kind of rules will come under access control list, ACL only, right? ACL. So here it is telling, if you disable the ACL, all objects in this bucket are owned by this account only. All the object which will be there in the bucket will be owned by this AWS account, and access to this bucket and object you will be able to do it by using policy. So for example, I hope this screen is visible to you all. This screen, guys, this white screen where I am writing.
Yes, sir.
So I'll just give you one glimpse of this case so that you will be having clarity on it. So this says two things. First thing, we are just talking about two things: access and ownership. Access and ownership of object. And in bracket I am keeping yes also. In bracket keeping yes means a single object you can consider or multiple objects you can consider. That is the meaning of keeping yes in the bucket, yes in the bracket here. Now there are two things coming. First thing, two parameter is here to decide. The first one is ACL and second one is policy, right? ACL stand for access control list. As you are using some protocol, later on some access protocol will also come here. Access protocol like LDAP and all that. Access protocol, here you can allow or deny. That will be there into the ACL. It will be having a list of selected rules for inbound and outbound. Policy is a document. Policy is a document that will be written into JSON. Policy is the document that will be written into the JSON, which will consist one or more permission, one or more than one permission, So here you can just create a document, and in that document you will start writing into the JSON format, S3, name of the bucket, my S3 bucket, object, value of the object means name of the object, allow or deny, you can write like that. So these all are the two methods to apply here to your objects. Let's say this is your object, this is your image, this is your image. Now if you apply the ACL, then any one or any other account, any other AWS account can own this object. This is the first case. If you enable policy, If you enable policy, it means that you will disable the ACL. If you enable the policy means disable the ACL. So in that case, only the account where you are creating your bucket, that account own that object. That account will own that object, right? If you go with the policy one. I hope I made it clear to you all. If you are having a bucket here, in this bucket you are uploading this image. If you disable the ACL, it means that you will enable the policy. If you enable the policy, then by default what will happen, your account, your AWS account will own this object. But if you are enabling the ACL, then by default this policy you are not going to enable. So what will happen, anybody here in the rule you need to add that protocol so that anybody can own this data. Understand guys? The same thing which you can see here, ACL disabled. If you disable the ACL, it can be owned by this account. In access to this bucket, an object will be through by the policy. If you disable means through the policy it will go. If you enable the ACL, the object can be owned by other AWS accounts. In access to this bucket, you will be specifying using ACL. So it can, rather than keeping ACL disabled, if it can keep here policy, in here it can keep ACL enabled. So the concept would be more clear. But I made it clear. If you see this one, this document, I guess I made it clear. Understand guys? Did you understand or shall I repeat it once again?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Going ahead. So, you should know how to write the policy. For that, you should know there is a policy generator also. Because if you click ACL disable, it means that you will be able to do everything by using the policy. But if you enable the ACL, you will be able to do the things by adding the rule. So we will be keeping ACL enabled. But AWS recommend you to disable the ACL, and it does recommend you to write the policy and attach to the S3 so that you will be getting the access. Clear guys? So we will go ahead with the ACL enabled. So everybody please enable the ACL. Once you enable the ACL, see these options guys, see this option. Who is the bucket owner? Object ownership will go to this account. Once I am clicking on ACL disable, once I'll click on ACL enable, see bucket ownership preferred. You can click on object writer, other person can write the object and he can be the owner. Or here you can keep bucket owner preferred. So if new object written to this bucket, so other person can own the bucket, right? Otherwise they are owning the object, right? So these features are available. So we will be clicking on ACL enabled and then bucket owner preferred. Let's go ahead to the next. So now we are trying to block the public access setting for this bucket. We are going to block the public access setting to this bucket. So there are 4 options, means if you want that it should be private, so by default if you leave it like the same, it will be private only, nobody will be able to access, all the public access will be blocked. If you want to allow public access, if you want that whatever the data I am uploading into the S3 bucket, we will be able to access, or anybody can access that data, for that you need to unblock it. And you can see either if you unblock from here, remaining 4 options are here: block, public access to the bucket and object granted through new access control list. So what you will do, you will create the bucket and you will be creating a new ACL list and you will attach to access it, attach to make it public. So either you can do by that or you can use any access control list to make it public. Like the same, you can use here policy, any policy or any new policy to make it public, to block public access, and these all are the options for blocking the public access only, guys, not allowing it, right? So you can block the public access by using a single ACL or existing ACL or any ACL you can block, or any new ACL or any new policies or any existing policy you can use to block it. But we are not blocking, we are making it allow. Why? Because we want to access the data from the internet which we upload. So we have to acknowledge here, and after that few more feature will come. So you can see the versioning will keep all the variants of your object in the same bucket, and you can use your versioning to preserve, retrieve and restore every version of the object which you are storing into the S3 bucket. So if you want, you can enable, and then here you can add a tag. So here you can give the name, and here you can just keep your tag like storage, so that you can search your storage bucket. Moving further, it is having encryption, guys. There are three types of encryptions we do have. So by default, server side encryptions will be applied here. The encryption is the same as I have told you. For security purpose it has been given. So these encryption and bucket keys, in these things we will be doing once we will be learning the advanced S3, because these encryption and keys we are going to use it by using CLI, command line interface. So that time you will be having much experience in Linux, so that we will try using that time, right? So we will be leaving this encryption for that time, and this is what you have to do for creating the bucket. And you can click here to create the bucket, and let's see what it is going to do. Superb, it has created the bucket, guys. It has created the bucket. Done. How many of you have created, guys? Just let me see in the chat how many of you have done. Just say
Created.
done in the chat box. Just say done in the chat box. Yes, are done. Yes, are done. Yes, are done. You can just type in the chat box. Yes, are done. Great, great, great.
Sir, can you repeat the ACL part?
See, 20 of you have done. Great, guys, great. Now we'll try to upload the data and we'll try to check it, right? So let's repeat this concept once again. ACL you are telling, right? So for ACL, this white screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about ACL, and this will be coming in future also, so you need not to worry about it. uh, okay, so let's see what is ACL. First of all, ACL is access control list. Access control list, it is a list, of controlling the access, it is the list of controlling the access. Let's say there are who need to get the control? Who wants control? First of all, who wants to control the object? So either it can be any resource of AWS or any other resource out of the AWS, or it can be any user. It can be any AWS user. They needs to access the object. They need to access the object, or somebody from internet, they want to access this object. So for that we will create some rule, right? We will create some rule. So you will be keeping the preference also. Rule number 1. In the rule number 1 is this object can be read by anybody on internet. This is what one rule. Understand?
Yes.
Did you understand? In second rule you can add this object can be write by a user 1, or else third object, or now we will be keeping bucket. You have created bucket. Now you have given the access to one user 2. This user is having access of this bucket. Now this user are from another AWS account. Let's say you have created the bucket in this account. Now what you can do is, now this bucket you have enabled the ACL. So by enabling the ACL, you will add this user 2 of different account to access to own this bucket. So that rule you will be adding. So ACL is the rule. It consists some set of rules to provide the access, right? If you will not enable ACL, the bucket ownership, bucket or object will own by the account, AWS account who is creating the bucket only. It can be owned by them, and access can be given by the policy. Neither if you enable the ACL, you will be able to keep some rule and you will be able to create it. I'll create, no need to worry. I'll show you that rule also, so you will be having much more clarity. All right. Is it clear?
Yes.
So let's move to the bucket. This is the bucket we have created. We'll click here. We'll click to open this bucket. So from this console, from this page, you will be able to modify. What you will be able to modify? Setting up bucket, not the setting of object. For setting up the object, these options, first option is there. Remaining metadata, it will give you the metadata related to your bucket. It will give you the properties related to the bucket. You will be able to set up the properties of the bucket from here. You will be setting up the permission of the bucket from here. You will be able to get the matrix of bucket from here. You will be able to manage the bucket from here. You will be able to create access points of bucket from here. But if you need to upload the object, you will be coming to the first option, object. Now if we need to upload any object to the bucket, so let's say if I click here upload. So now what you want to upload? You want to upload a file or folder. You can upload a complete folder. You can upload a file also. So I'll upload a file first. I'll click on file and I'll select some file, guys. I'll select some file. Let's say I select a file, the name of image, it is image, and the name of file is 2. So I'll open it. So the file name is 2.png. I did not upload it yet. I have just select to upload this file. Now guys, Either you can modify the permission of object from here, or later on we'll see the permission. We'll see the properties, the class here. If you click on the properties, you see the storage class here. This is the standard one. Frequently access data, it is general purpose. It will replicate your data in 3 availability zone or more than 3 availability zone. It does not require minimum storage duration time. Here means no need to first time directly you can keep the data. Minimum billable object size is nothing, whatever the size you are uploading it will. And auto tiering fees is not there, retrieval fees is also not here. And intelligent tiering, if you don't know the pattern, you can also upload the data in 3 availability zone. And again, minimum storage duration is not there, object billable size is not there, minimum object billable size. And per object fees applies for object more than 128 KB because it is intelligent. It needs to understand the pattern. Retrieval fees is not there. But remaining standard infrequent, here the data should be minimum 30, minimum storage duration is 30 days, minimum object size is 128, and then one zone we do have the data will be available only in one zone. And glacier express zone is not there. If express zone you need to go to you need to go back and you need to select the directory option for express one. Glacier instant retrieval, glacier flexible retrieval, glacier deep archive, these 3 options you will be seeing into glacier. Right now we are learning the S3, we are not learning glacier. So in glacier we will be discussing about the glacier part in detail. So these all are the class. So by default, as you can say, it has selected standard one, so we will be keeping up the same. Remaining things we will be keeping as it is. And you can see you can use object tag to analyze, manage and specify the permissions for object. So if you need to add a tag, you can simply add a name, and here you can give the value like AWS, and you can just click to upload the data. Data has been uploaded. Done, guys? Done? Everybody has
Yes.
done it?
Yes, sir.
So guys, let's go back again to your bucket, because we will close it. We will close this from right side. You can see orange close is coming. We can click here to close it. Next, fail to create bucket owner preferred or bucket owner object owners. Bucket owner preferred it should be in S3. Chaitanya keep ACL enable. Keep ACL enable here. Then everything will be coming for you. Keep ACL enable as I have followed. Give the name proper.
Sir, I enabled that one.
Maybe the name may be wrong. Change with another name. Very good, Hers. Hers has uploaded the. Why are you uploading keep here, Hers? You can upload any other image. Okay, no problem. So this is the object we have uploaded. Now if we need to open, if you will click on this object 2.png, this is the object which we have uploaded. Now it will give you the detail of this object. Who is the owner of this object, in which region it is, last when it has been modified, what is the size, type, key, and these URI, and this is your ARN Amazon resource name, and this is the tag. This is the object URL, the last. You will copy this URL to access this bucket. you will copy this URL to access this object basically. So the permission is denied here. Permission is denied. You will use this URL to access the object, but permission is denied. So we will go to the permission. And as you can see guys, some of you are having doubt in ACL. So this is ACL access control list. Now object owner who can own the object, and everybody public access you want to give to all the users or not. So this is what you do, have object and object ACL. What you can do is you can just click on edit, and you can say everybody can read this object, and you can read this object, everybody can read this object. You can just select this box and you can just save the changes. So what will happen, this object will become published. So this is what the changes we are doing into the ACL. Everyone public access, select this, and you can save the changes. Once you will save the changes, you will go back to the same URL, and if you refresh, you will get this image. This is the image which I have uploaded. The AWS Amazon maintains lead in the cloud market, guys. Cloud infrastructure in the quarter of second quarter 2023, AWS was scoring 32% total revenue of cloud market. Azure was 22, Google Cloud was 11, Alibaba was 4, IBM was 3, Salesforce 3, Oracle 2, Tencent 2. Cloud infrastructure service revenue in quarter 2 of 2023 was $65 billion. Includes platform as a service and infrastructure as a service, as well as hosted private cloud services. The source is Statista, that is of, and I'll create one text HTML file. Let's here type here HTML, and let's type hello. File, save as, index.html. All file, I'll save it on desktop. Save on desktop. Now I'll upload it. So I'll go to S3, table buckets, dashboard. Where is the S3? So many things has been changed, you know.
General purpose bucket.
Yeah. So this is our bucket, and let's click here to upload the file, add file, and we will go to the desktop. In the name of file I have given index.html. Open, and we will upload it. We will see the details of it. Versioning is enabled, all right. Uploaded. Okay, and now we'll go back to object, and we will make it public. So we will just select this object, and you can take the action from this object to make it public also, guys. Make public using ACL. Either you can go to permission and make it public, or you can directly make it public by the option also. So now it is done, and now I'll copy this object URL, and I'll paste it here. So it is coming hello. Now Apeksha, you tell me how did you modify this file?
Actually, I just changed the text which I have entered in that file.
Okay, so we'll go to this bucket. This is the object, and if we click on it, it is just opening permission, version, object action. Let's see, download, calculate, move, edit, rename object, edit storage class, edit tag. The rename object is coming, modify the object option, it is not coming. Where, how did you modify here the object?
Actually, I have opened that notepad and there I have modified it. Not from here.
So let's suppose if I'll modify this, okay, I have
Yeah.
modified, okay, I have saved it, all right, correct.
Yes. Yes.
So now if I'll upload this bucket, sorry, if I'll upload this object again, I need to upload na, I need to upload this object again. So let's suppose from the desktop, if I upload the same file index.html, open and upload. Now you see, we'll close this. Now refresh it. There are the same object, right? It should overwrite it. It should overwrite it. Okay. So how to check it? Let's make it public again. See, it is updating now.
Okay, it means we need to upload that file again. I thought like if we refresh this URL, then it will take the modified data automatically.
So where is the connection? There is no connection, right? See, if you are uploading the data, what I am telling is, if you are uploading the data, it is difficult to modify the data here. But you will be able to modify the data if you connect with the CLI. If you connect
Okay.
with the CLI, you can modify the data automatically. It will take the latest data. But here we have to upload because we are not modifying the data. The data is into S3 only. See, the data is here. If this will get modified, then only we will be getting, the URL will respond. But here we do not get that option to edit the object. Like here we can copy S3 URI, download, open, delete, actions. The same actions we are getting, create folder. No, no place is to edit.
Got it.
Sharan, I'm listening. What are you saying? Okay, so understand,
Yes, I
Apeksha,
got it. Yeah, yeah.
perfect. So
Sir, like I have a problem, sir. Like I have uploaded the image, but like before I know how to make it public, but now I am not able to do it, sir.
you are not able to make
Like,
it public.
yeah, sir. Like if I can't share the link, like if I share the link means it is giving me a like Johnson format, like access denied. It is
Yes,
giving, sir.
yes, yes. So you have to make it publish now. Let's say you go to your S3 object wherever you have stored the object. Let's say if we are here, this is our bucket. Open the bucket,
Okay, sir.
select the object, go back to permission. Second option is permission. In here, edit this ACL and just check this read box in this read box and then make it save changes. It will be published.
Sir,
Okay.
for me in permission it is not available, sir. Edit access control list, edit is not available.
It means that while creating the bucket, While
Yeah, sir.
creating the bucket, you did a mistake. Let's say we are using general purpose, you have given some name of bucket. Along with that, you disable the
Oh, okay,
ACL.
sir.
You have to
Yeah, sir.
enable. If you
Yes,
disable
sir.
the ACL, for that you need to write a
Policy.
policy to make it publish.
Yeah, sir. Like I was trying to do that. Like previously, I was doing that, sir. Like month ago, like almost 6 months ago, I was trying to do this thing, but I have forgotten, sir. That's why I asked you, sir.
So you can do that also. Let's do that if you said so. We can do that also. So guys, the next one is, let's create one more bucket, and in the same reason we will give the name of bucket. Let's say my dot new dot. This bucket we will be accessing through the policy, so we'll keep Paul buck 128, right? My new policy bucket 128. In object ownership, we are disabling the ACL. We are not going to block all the public access, we are allowing here. In versioning should be disabled, key everything, we will create the bucket. This is the second way to create the bucket. Here if you will give the permission, sorry yaar, in both of the name I have given 128. But this is Paul Buck. I have changed the name, right? My dot new dot Paul Buck. This is the new bucket which I have created, right? So I'll open this bucket, new bucket, and I'll go to the permission. And here into the permission, this is the public access which we have allowed here, but here we need to add the policy. Here we need to add the policy. So there is a policy generator, the policy example, both are there. So we can select a policy here, we can generate a policy, but I don't think that permission will be here for generating the policy. Sorry. So we will not have, I guess, but we will try once. Let's see the policy example first. Um, Bucket policy, full access bucket policy, managing bucket using canned ACL, K. Rather than checking it, we will try to generate the policy here. So that policy generator, we will try to generate. The policy is S3 bucket policy, and effect is allow principal, use a comma to separate multiple value. Principal is not coming anything by default, it should come at least. Okay, action, uh, list create bucket, create list object, delete. It will go into the get object policy, get object. Let's keep all the actions. ARN of the bucket we have to keep, bucket ARN. Now we'll go to this bucket and bucket, copy ARN. Not is coming, it's not coming. So S3, S3, we need to get the ARN. So ARN of new bucket, copy ARN from here. Now policy generator will give the ARN of it, and you must enter one or more principal. Let's say full access.
Sir, we can use star.
Star. We can use star or comma, something like that, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is what we have added. We are going to create generate policy. Let's copy this and go back to the S3 bucket. Open this S3 bucket and permission, policy, edit, paste the policy, and save the changes. It's working. Good. So now we'll go to the object. Just give me a second, guys. I did not get the message. I'll check in the account. Just give me a second, please. So did you get the confirmation? Like, आपको confirmation आया?
Yes, sir, just now. Already yesterday done, but once not received.
Not. No. Okay, guys, let's upload a object on also to verify. And upload it while giving the permission. Okay, upload. Close it. Open this object. Copy this URL. Paste it here. Okay. Need to add the public policy also, so we need to go back to the object. That's why we used to say, guys, it is very secure. We have added the policy in the bucket. Now you will go to select the object and you will go to the permission of object. Here it is asking for the ACL versions. Okay, properties of it should versioning class, where it went, permission, ACL, policy is coming with the S3 itself only. Okay, permission, policy effect S3 resource. What is the name of object, guys? 2.dsc. Copy and let's go back. Edit this. Here we will keep slash this object. Oh, sorry. It's coming now, see? My picture. Wow. So by policy also we made it public, guys. By policy also we made it publish, right? See, that's so simple, not that much is big. What I did is just in the resource I have added the file name here, right? So it will become public. And rather than keeping this, if I replace with the star, so by default any object if I keep, it will show, then it will make it public. Let's try with this also. Save changes and let's check it now. Wow, it is coming. And let's upload one more object here. Upload one more object to verify only. Add files and go to the pictures. Select the Chinese. You know, guys, I was taking one batch of China before this batch. So I'll show you the photos of them. In the session, they were sleeping, they were what they were doing, you will not come to know, because their eyes used to be closed all the way. I'll show you some of the picture. So this is also live. This is also coming, guys. See, you see him. Sorry, her. Pikhan. Ilisuo. By the same account, you don't want to give the permission to somebody else. So what will you do is, you will create a bucket first of all. In the bucket, you will give the name of bucket, general purpose bucket name. Let's say I'm giving bucket name bucket 2 use. Okay, bucket to use. Let's say I've given the name. Now ACL I'll disable. ACL I'll disable because we are going to use policy, and here we are not going to block the public access, so we will enable as it is, and we will acknowledge. Versioning, if you want to make it enable disable, you can keep it for your use case, and I am enabling for now because I'll show you how it works also, versioning. So for now I am enabling it, and I'll create the bucket. Simply I'll create the bucket. Once your bucket will be created, what you have to do is, you will see your bucket, right? This is your bucket you have created. Now if you will upload any object to this bucket, you cannot access, add files. Let's say I'm going to add this AWS image. If I'll upload this directly, I will not be able to access this file, because if you see here, I click on this image, I'll copy this URL, I'll paste here, so it will show access denied. We cannot access it. Then what we will do is, we'll go back to the permission of bucket first. This is the image permission, nothing to do into the image permission because ACL is denied. So we'll go back to the bucket, and we will open the bucket directly. Charan is also saying done. Great, Charan. So we will go to this bucket to use, and here you see, we'll go to permission, and this we have already allowed public access. So here it is bucket policy. So once you will write a policy here, you will get the access. For writing the policy, you can click here to edit, and you can go to the example, or you can generate your own policy. So now we can generate a policy. You can just click on generate a policy. Here you will select the service for which you are creating the policy. So you will select S3 bucket policy. Effect you are keeping allow. Geetika has done also. Effect we are keeping allow. Principal we are keeping all, means all the objects, or you can say principal is the entity who owns, so you can say users, everything will come here, right? So we make it all. In AWS services, under that actions, you can select all the actions is permitted of which bucket. So for the bucket ARN, the bucket resource you should get, and no need to go back and copy. I did not see last time. Here it is the ARN of the bucket which has been given. Straight away we can just click here, and we can keep into the ARN, and then you can simply add the statement, and you can generate the policy. Once you will generate the policy, resource it is showing only bucket, but in the same if you can keep a slash in star for all the object, then you can just copy now this copy, and you can close. You have generated the policy. Now you will go and you will paste this policy here. Once you will keep the policy, you will keep the save changes. Once you will save this, you will be going back to the same URL and you will refresh. You will be able to get the image. Now guys, the image is coming, the object is coming. Now if you delete this object, I'll select this and I'll delete this object, right? I will delete this object. I'll confirm here that I want to delete this object. I have deleted. Now after deleting, if I'll just refresh it to get the object, it will say object is not there, so we will not get the object. But we want to get the object. So what will you do is, see, there is no object, but there is a this tab button is there. You can click and you can tab it up towards right. This one, bring it right. This tab button, show version. Again, if you bring it right, you will get the same image which you have deleted with the delete marker. Means you have deleted this image. If you click here and if you copy the URL and you can paste here, you will get the same image again. This is the version which we got it, right? From the versioning we got this version.